Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about how to create a quick workbook in your business for yourself or for your clients with ease, and then also be able to print that workbook same day, have like some type of prototype. This could be a journal, and I have an example that I'm going to be showing you. But this is good if you're someone who likes planners, journals, and there are digital options, but you're like myself, I love to write. I have a million journals all over the place. And sometimes there are just journals that don't have that thing that I want. So number one, when you're wanting to create it, have a goal, right? Everything that we do needs to have intent behind it. So have a goal for your journal or your planner or workbook. What is it? What's the takeaway for what it is that you're creating? Even if the intent behind it is for someone to get this planner and just to be writing in it, what is the goal of this planner? Jot that down. And the reason why you want to define this is so you can have more than one planner, right? So go ahead and write that out. Jot down your planner goals, your journal goals, write those out. And then also after that, you want to go in and map out your content for these planners. One of my biggest mistakes when I wanted to create my journal and I wanted to be real cute, right? Because we like cute things, is trying to go from cute to content. It doesn't work as well. So map out your content. That way you know what type of layout you need to put inside of your workbook. And I see I skipped a number, honey, but brand elements. So what type of things, visuals are you going to be creating within that workbook? Are you going to need like lines? Are you going to have a box? What are you going to put inside of that? Does it need to be even in workbook format? Is it going to look more of an ebook? Is it going to be boxes or just lines like wide ruled or composition notebooks, right? So what type of elements to put in it? Are you going to have visuals? Are you going to have pictures? Go ahead and get those things defined. You can even create a brand board for your journal if you wanted to. And then get your layouts together. You don't have to start putting your content in it automatically. You can just map out a quick visual, quick little layout, and then go in and add your content, right? You can start out with some templates. You don't even have to start from scratch. Canva is a really good one. That's what I'm in right now. And then also Etsy. Etsy is pretty much like a marketplace where individuals create their stuff and sell it for sale. Have it for sale for like personal and sometimes commercial use. So you want to also to be sure if you're going to be reselling this that you have the correct license. This place, Bookbird, also offers some templates if you're going to be doing KDP printing or printing on Amazon. It's super, super awesome to go in there and get your stuff on the fly. You don't have to really go in. Hey, Shayla. I'm just recording the notebook part. Thanks for coming in. So Bookbird is one of those places where you can go and get some standard templates if you're going to be doing like a journal or you're going to be doing your planner. And I'll share my screen so you can see what that is. So this is like a standard, I have a notebook, I want to get it printed and you can outsource this as well. But this particular layout, which is just for standard journaling, is for free. There is an interior generator where I got this from, and I'll put the link and email it out to everyone that came. And that's on the list that came from yesterday. So you would put in your specifications for your workbook, your planner, whatever. And this just gives you these general blanket layouts, especially if you're someone like myself that works in Canva and you need some lines and sometimes it's hard to get those lines in there. Then this is a place where you can go and grab some quick little layouts. They do have some options that you can get if you log in and pay for their membership. They also have some covers and all of this stuff. So there's things for birthday reminders and all that. And keep in mind, you can repurpose this. It doesn't have to be printed material. It can also be for digital purposes. I've definitely created a digital planner and uploaded it into my GoodNotes app, and you can go in there and fill it out there. So this is where you can go and get layouts. Another place is inside of your Canva, right? You can get some pre-made layouts. You can go to the template page and go, let's see, canva.com. Is it templates? I have so many in my thing that I don't even know the links anymore. So like going right in here, you can search your templates through here, workbooks, journals, and then there's actually an inspiration page on here. And don't be afraid to repurpose some of the layouts that you have in here if you have Canva Pro or Canva for Work. So they have Instagram Pro here, and which has like Instagram posts, but it has like all these nice layouts. You don't have to feel like, oh, I need to use this just for Instagram. I will repurpose a layout in a minute. So my mind, if I see something like this and I'm thinking book cover or workbook cover, ebook cover, then I'm gonna repurpose that. Just because it says Instagram post doesn't mean that I'm gonna keep it for that purpose. So like this, it says sell, but in my mind, I'm thinking something completely different. So I would take this, look, it says journaling workshop, but it can be my journal or my thoughts or my brain dump or whatever. So you would click on this, right? Use this template. It already has a good color palette to it, but you can put it for your brain, for your brand. So brain dump journal. I have quite a few of those. Okay, and then put your own picture in there and resize it. If you have Canva for Work, then you know you can go right in here and choose the dimensions that you want, like A4 or go all the way up to letterhead. It depends on how you want to do it. So I'm gonna go in here and do this quick one and resize, and then now you have a cover photo from an Instagram picture, right? And then you go in here and put whatever your elements are, and then just start adding your pages. And then from here, you can go into the templates, because now the templates have changed because you've changed dimensions. And then you can go in and add ones that are lines or drop in your external pages that you got from Etsy or what is it, font bundles, graphic bundles. All of those have things that you can go and repurpose. So all of this can be repurposed. You do not have to use it the way it is. That's the point of having it. It's just to have a starting place. So like this, it looks like they're selling a home and all of this, but you can change all of this out. Honestly, I would take this part out. I would move this up. Let's say I had some type of workbook and we're going to be talking about brands, and I'm going to have a color board right here. I'm going to have a texture, and I'm going to have a font name right here. And then I'm going to move this up, right? And then I'm going to have the title of the topic of my workbook. I'm going to have a big bold statement, which might be some type of pain point or something like that, and talk about what they're going to be working on. And then this space is where they're going to write. You can make your blocks super easy with just a square. So let's say this is the brand's color, right? Of course, you know, let's change this out to this color. In Canva Pro, you go down here and it'll change all of those colors to that color. And right here, what you're going to do is change the opacity. So then you have a clean little block. Change this out to whatever your header is and repurpose. Keep all of that on here. Let's say, okay, so we got our headers. Take this out. We're going to repurpose the same block. Actually, we can take these pictures out now, or I'm going to leave one. I'm going to leave one. Let's imagine this is a cute little flat lay or something with some pictures. We're going to move this up. Just have it a little peekaboo, right? But we're not creating anything new. We're just repurposing. I'm going to take, I should have kept my wording, but I'm going to take this and I'm going to duplicate it and bring it back down here. And I'm going to delete that top part. And we're going to pretend this is our wording. We're going to put our placeholders here and spread it out because this is what our prompt for them to write, which is right here. And then we can duplicate that. Take it, copy it, duplicate it right here. You can make this as big as you want, or you can duplicate it again and make this block smaller because the content that they'll be putting there isn't going to be as much. Let's take this down and I'm just going to duplicate that. Simple, simple, simple. Having a full page. Let's duplicate that again. And I'm going to take this out. And I'm going to drag this down. And it doesn't have to stay this color. You can go to like a gray or something like that. And just change the opacity so it's visible, but it's not overshadowing and it's not too much to print if they print it. Now you can turn this into a digital version, but you see that I'm just going from the same thing. I'm not adding anything new. I'm just repurposing, okay? And then at the bottom, the beauty of repurposing your pages and your layouts is if you have your copyright info down here or your website, whatever you're gonna be tagging at the bottom, even your logo, then it's gonna come with each one of your pages. Let's duplicate one more time, okay? And then let's say this is just an info page or it is a planner with some lines. There are some in Canva, some little straight lines like this, but you have to zoom all the way in to make them teeny tiny. And then go in some more, let's move this, and then stretch it out like this. Okay, and then you can kind of maneuver it how you want to because it's big enough. So you can have those on the side. So this side can have wording or just like this, however you want it, and then duplicate that. So we're going up here, duplicate, and then you're just going to keep doing the same thing. And the beauty of when you create your lines, you have them forever. So right here, oh, don't mess up like that. Select them, duplicate, pull it down, and then you can position them. So if you highlight, hover over all of them, position, and then you'll be able to center them. You can group them. So when you start moving them around, they're not like one by one and all of that. I have seen some planners where you have just that one top portion and down here you have a little blank space for you to go and put down whatever your input is. Very quick, very simple. The whole idea is not to overthink it, especially if you, the intent is to have someone to go in and journal some thoughts. You want to be able to send them some energy that is not overthinking. So creating in the process of creating, you are in a nice, smooth mindset. And so when you're sending it to them, they're calm, they can get their thoughts out, and it's serving a purpose, okay? So right here, I would put even more wording. So, and you can go through their little wording here, but I'm just gonna copy. I'm gonna go all the way up here and I'm gonna duplicate. And I'm going to take this down here, all the way down. Okay. And then most planners are usually repurposing the layout. So especially if you have some type of calendar, you can go in and just refill these pages or duplicate those pages. Let's go into elements. There is a little layout that's all the way down. I had it in one of my folders, but I just deleted. There is a layout that you can go in here and do it, but you might have to go into templates in the landscape and find it. So like these right here, you can go in and add. Now, when you are using these templates, it is going to replace everything on the page. But what you can do is just duplicate and take what you need and put it over here. So like, let's click here. It's going to take everything off the page. Just come over here and copy what you need and put it here, or take this and put it into your spaces. I think I'm going to do the other way. I'm going to delete that, and then I'm going to take all of my calendar and drag it down here, just like that, because that's what I want. And then I have my calendar, and then you can put your lines down here if you want to. If your colors need to change, go in here and then change it to this. Click change all, that way you don't have to do all the blocks, and boom, you're done. And if this is some type of planner or whatever, then you can go back in and duplicate this page and move it around. So of course, depends on how you have this. This can be a weekly planner, year planner, however, or this can just be depending on like goals. Let's say this is for your content or something. If you're a business owner, and this planner right here is for you to write out your topics that you'll be touching on for the month. Then you can do that. Or just like this says event calendar, and then you have your intentions that you're writing right here, and then your actual dates or execution that you're putting here. So there's so many different ways that you can repurpose this, okay? And then once you're done with that, so that's a quick run through. I said I was only gonna be on for 30 minutes tonight. Of how you can go and repurpose this. And keep in mind, once you have your layout and your set way of doing your workbooks and journals and all of that, then you can go back in and keep just adding to it. That is the most beautiful thing about art and being creative, is you don't have to throw things away. You repurpose it. You create your signature thing and you repurpose it, okay? So you can go back into your folder and all your designs. So I have a million, trillion, billion workbooks in here. My assistant helps me make some, and then I have some that I've offered in the past. So if I wanted any of my previous lines that I've created, then I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna copy it and put it in here. I might not necessarily want all of this, right? But I want this layout, so I can go in and edit it and add it to this particular workbook. And then I can see how it flows. I'm gonna expand it and move it around. If I want more than these, I'm gonna duplicate it and shift it around. Now, let's talk about printing. So the way my brain works is, when I have an idea and I have a vision, I want it done yesterday. And not yesterday evening, yesterday morning, okay? It should have been done because I thought about it. So I have a planner that I created, and yes, it does, Shayla. So it really, I had a planner and I was like, I really want this planner in my hand. I want to touch it. So I was thinking about printing it out for my clients as well, but then I wanted just a prototype to get it before I even printed it. How did it feel for me? Because it's great intent behind everything that I do. So I wanted to be sure when I did do it that it felt good to me, because I knew they would be feeling the same thing. So it is the Money Works for Me planner. And I got this content, which was private label rights, but of course we go in and we rewrite it and we go in and print. So anyway, so go down in here. And you see I did the same thing. My assistant helped me with one of our pre-made layouts. We went in and added the cute little pictures from one of our stock photo sources that we love. And see, this is a workbook, but it has more of info in it as well. So you see some spaces where you can go in and fill out. So like, what are your money blocks? Going through, so what are you afraid of? If you make money, what is going to happen to you? Okay. What is your money block? Having you jot that down, because if I can be completely honest, I'm one of those people, I am still working it out, but your girl ain't afraid to make some coin, okay? So I want to be able to teach my clients, but also still actively work on myself. So I went and I printed it. I wanted to see what it would look like for me to go in, what baby? So I wanted to see what it would look like for me to actually have it in my hand, print it out, and write in it. So here's the thing when it comes to making this prototype, because of where I was printing it from and how I exported it, it didn't go in CMYK. So it printed in a little bit of a different color, because print and digital colors are a little bit different. So the printer doesn't print in green. It has different colors. So your digital screen is showing you a totally different way of making colors than the printer does. So the blue didn't come exactly like it would want to be. I'm sure you did, Shayla. Most people learn the hard way, but I knew it wouldn't come out the same, but I still wanted to have it. So this is it, the same planner, which the marble still printed out really good. The blue isn't that bad, but of course not my brand's colors, but I still am able to have the book in my hand, go in and read it, write. I am just one of those people, I like my digital planner, but I would much rather go in and write down if I can with my actual pen, right? So what I did is, once I got our layout done, content done, workbook, I went and I downloaded it in PDF. And so I thought about it, I was like, okay, so where am I gonna print it out? Everybody has tried this at least once, going to Walgreens to print out a card or something. And I just happened to go back on there and notice that they have business printing. Blew my country mind, okay? I did not know that you could print out, bind it like manuals and just regular documents and yes, Shayla. So listen, I had this done in a day. You can pick it up in an hour. Wow. Okay, so do I recommend this for just always selling something? Because the price it's a little interesting if you get get it binded with the little wire, and if you get the cover on it and all that other stuff, and depending on the stock that you get, it can get a little pricey. But if you want this, if you're doing like a pre-sale, or you have some type of VIP client, you're having events and you're putting this in the pricing, this is where you need to go. This booklet is how many pages? 30 pages, and it was, I don't know, $30, $29 or something like that. But I got the extra on it. So once you would go in, you upload your file, and let me see. I hope my login worked. Stay with me, Jesus. Let's see. So once you get in here, then you're going to upload your PDF. And actually there's another file that you can print. You don't have to get the binding. So you can do upload PDF, doc, PowerPoint. All of this you can upload in here, even Photoshop. This blew my mind. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I can do this and go to my Walgreens and pick this up in an hour. Count me in. Like, I'm about to print out whatever I want, because I love making my own planners. It's just, I don't want to print them at the house. I don't want to use all my ink. And then I don't know how to bind it to put the wire thing on the end and all of that stuff. So this is what I did. I went right in there and I printed it. Okay. It starts at the $9, right? But if you get the wire print and the heavy stock and all of that other stuff, then it obviously goes up. But I wanted everything included into it. So like if I wanted to go and reorder, I could. But yeah, I wanted to share that little bit of information, because I'm like, I wonder, are people doing this and I just don't know. But you can go and view your document as well while you're going through. So clicking through, and literally have this done and go pick it up just at the little photo desk where you get your regular pictures. So I thought that was neat and wanted to share really quickly how to do that, and also just share some quick places that you can go and get templates for the inside of your journals and your workbooks to get started. Even if you want to make a workbook and you are stuck on writing, there's also other places where you can get, your private label stuff, so you can get it and adjust it and still have the correct license to be able to sell it commercially. But a lot of the private label stuff that I'm using is just for my own business or for personal use. But yeah, so that is what I wanted to share with you. I'm going to stop the recording so I can do one more recording.